Welcome to Notable Approvals. I am attorney Amanda Shaffer. Before I get to our case today, a reminder that this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, myself and attorney Amanda Shapiro will be having a live Q&A discussion on naturalization. So like us, follow us, set your reminder so you don't forget it. Also, on November 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be co-hosting another live with my colleague, Hashi Richards, who's an immigration attorney down in Orlando. And we will be having a discussion about marriage and the immigration law. So we invite you to join, participate in the conversation, ask questions. It should be, very insightful. So today, our case is about naturalization in light of Thursday's Q&A. Our client is a native and former citizen of Ghana. She first became a conditional resident in 2013, the beginning of 2013, based on her marriage to her U.S. citizen husband. She filed for her I-751, or petition to remove conditions on residency, to get her 10-year green card in December of 2014, within that 3-month period before the green card expired. That was approved September 2015. And then less than a year later, we filed her naturalization application based on being a permanent resident for 3 years or more, and being married to a U.S. citizen and living with a U.S. citizen. So she went to the interview, and at the interview, they wanted proof that her and her husband were still living together. We don't usually submit that type of proof with the application because it's not required, but you always bring some of it to show, like, we're still married, we're still living together, I qualify. Otherwise, you have to wait the full 5 years to apply for naturalization. So at the end of her interview, they gave her a request for more evidence. They gave her a month to submit anything else she had to show that they were really living together still. So we did. We replied to it. We submitted whatever she had. And in April of 2017, they denied it. And the reason that they denied it is they didn't believe she was still living with him. And I think a big part of it was because the address she listed on her taxes did not match the address that she listed that she shared with her husband. And the address with her husband, they've been at that address since she first started with us back in 2012 or 2013. I'm not really sure why she had a different address. I think sometimes she worked up in Rochester and that was where the address is, and that might be the address her employer had. But that's really kind of what brought it into doubt in the first place, because we don't generally see these get denied on this basis too often, because all you do is you bring, just like she had just gotten the 751 approved, you bring that same type of evidence with you and you're fine. So, at that point we had to decide, do we appeal it or do we refile? Well, we felt it was already getting very close to her, actually it wasn't that close. That took a lot shorter back then. Her 5 years was going to be in 2018. So we weren't that far away by then. And we said to her, like, number one, they're not wrong to say that there's a problem here with the addresses. And no matter what we argue, that all they have to do is point to the taxes. And she didn't have crazy strong evidence, she didn't have a joint lease. She just had a letter that they lived together. They didn't have a joint bank account to give me, stuff like that, where I would have said, you know what, we gave them more than enough evidence. We should appeal it. In this case, we were like, the evidence still is a little, if you don't have any more, then just wait and you don't have to worry about it. So we refiled in April of 2019 based on her being a permanent resident for 5 years. So where she lived and who she lived with and if she was married no longer was relevant to the inquiry, although you still do need to bring your marriage certificate and divorce with you to the interview, all identity documents. I want to make sure that's clear. And it was approved back in August, which meant not only did she become a U.S. citizen, she did it in time to vote in the election last week. So that is all today for notable approvals. Don't forget to tune in on Thursday at 9 p.m. and then Monday the 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing on this week Q&A discussion on naturalization, and then Monday the 16th, myself and attorney Hashi Richards will be having an honest discussion between immigration attorneys on marriage and the immigration law, which we invite everyone to participate along with us. And so like us, follow us on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff so that you don't miss any future lives. Thanks for watching.